Have you seen these things? They're absolutely unbelievable. This video will teach you AI pair programming and why you will become a better software developer. But will your code quality suffer? First, let's talk about maps. When I was a kid, back in the day when Madonna made music, we used to go on summer holidays in my dad's old Saab. We'd drive far and wide across the country and sometimes into other countries. There was always a danger, a thrill if you wish, following our intrepid party of holidaymakers wherever we went. We had no clue where we were going, literally. Today, you're a blue dot on a map, but back then, no, times were different. Where are we going? That way, I think. Where are we? Nobody knows. When will we get there? No idea, but preferably before we run out of gas. But we had one secret weapon. The map. The map was an ingenious contraption. This little piece of paper knew exactly where you were going. If you read the signs along the road correctly, the map could even tell you your actual location. And with a glance at the speedometer and a bit of good old-fashioned brain power, you might even be able to estimate your time of arrival. Today, physical maps have been upgraded to electronic maps on your phone. Electronic maps are technologically superior to the physical map in exactly the same way coding with AI assistance is technologically superior to pure human coding. But there is a catch. There is one thing the AI assistant will never be able to do for you, and I will reveal that at the end of the video. This video is the first in a 4-part series on AI coding assistants. Why use, how not to use, and how to introduce. Today's topic is the 3 reasons why you should stop coding alone, because the AI assistants are your new best friend. Reason number 1, you've got a friend. Writing code can be a lonely task. It's just you and the computer. But do I got news for you? The days of programming alone are a thing of the past. At its core, using AI-assisted software development is like having a highly skilled developer by your side always, ready to help you with any coding task, not unlike permanent pair programming. Just like a human pair programming companion, your new AI friend is prone to making mistakes. You must remain responsible for the code, including all the code written by an AI assistant. You cannot delegate this responsibility to the AI. The responsibility remains with you. We will discuss this very important topic further in the next video of this 4-part series, so slam that subscribe button to stay responsible. The power of using your new programming pal is best illustrated by a sexy example. Imagine you're going to set up a Python project for the very first time. Your first step might be to figure out which IDE is best for your needs. Our code coworker quickly returns an overview of which options are the best for our purpose. When we have made a choice, we need to get started with a basic setup. How? Let's ask our coding companion for a step-by-step guide we can follow so we don't forget about those crucially important automated tests. A programmer with no previous experience in Python should have his or her first project up and running in about 20 minutes. And when we are ready to code, let's behave as professionals and ask our coding comrade for some examples of best practices in Python syntax. Efficient or what? Efficiency, you say? Well, that brings us to our next topic, which is Efficiency. Multiple studies have shown substantial productivity gains when developing using AI coding assistants, ranging from 30 to 50% reduction in coding time. These are crazy numbers. A 50% reduction in coding time means that you can do 1 week's worth of programming in 2.5 days. Sounds too good to be true? Possibly. We have to be skeptical to these studies because it's too early to fully understand the impact of AI assistants, and research on the subject is still limited. However, if we imagine a scenario where these studies are completely off and the reduction in coding time is a measly 20%, you are still doing 1 week's worth of programming in just 4 days. Based on what we know so far, everything points in the direction towards a substantial productivity gain for developers using AI coding assistants. Besides their effect on efficiency, the studies have 2 separate and quite interesting findings. The largest speed-ups were among less experienced developers. Now you're of course thinking like, oh, I have lots of experience, I know everything, I don't need this assistant to help me. But remember, sometimes everyone is a less experienced coder. When you have to learn a new technology, a new framework, a new language, you are a less experienced developer regardless of how many years you have worked as a software developer. So use the efficiency boost the AI assistants give you when working in unfamiliar territory. Another important finding is that there was no drop in performance when the AI tools were unavailable. In other words, what you learn when coding together with the AI assistant sticks. This is an important finding. If you return to a noob state the moment you lost access to your AI tools, it would mean that you would be nothing but an AI orchestrator with little real understanding of your craft. You would be less of a developer. Finally, there is anecdotal evidence. In research papers, people rightly frown upon anecdotal evidence, but as a developer, your personal experience makes anecdotal evidence valid. If you use an AI assistant and become more efficient, it works. Nobody can deny you this personal experience. You don't need a research paper to tell you if a tool works for you. If, through your personal experience, you become a more efficient developer when using AI coding assistants, the assistance gives you value and you should use it. But is the AI-generated code any good? You do not improve productivity by producing more lines of crap. Do AI coding assistants improve code quality? No, they don't. The same studies talking about efficiency are pretty clear on this. AI coding assistants, at least the ones we have at the writing of this script, do not improve code quality. But neither do they reduce code quality. Turns out AI coding assistants are as prone to making mistakes as us flesh and blood developers. AI coding assistants makes plenty of mistakes. Does that mean that we should stop using these tools? Well, by that logic, we'll have to fire all the human developers as well, since we seem to make about the same amount of mistakes as the AI. But we need to use the AI coding assistants in the right way, and how to do that will become very apparent in the upcoming video in this series. What kinds of mistakes are the AI coding assistants prone to make? Much like the mistakes of you and me. Logical errors in the code, writing duplicate code, suboptimal designs resulting from a lack of understanding of the context in which the code is written, security vulnerabilities, and I'm sure there's a lot more. The fact that the AI coding assistants make mistakes highlights the importance of you as a developer being in charge of the code your assistant produces. It also highlights the importance of using these tools correctly. And lo and behold, guess the topic of the next video in this series? That's right, we'll teach you exactly how to use the superpower of the AI coding assistants. What did we learn today? The AI coding assistant is your new friend. It's like having a highly skilled software developer by your side always. And just like the flesh and blood developers, your new friend is prone to making mistakes. AI coding assistants significantly boost developer efficiency, and AI coding assistants do not improve nor do they reduce code quality. There's one thing AI assistants will never do for you. Being a great software developer has always been about constantly improving your skills. This is now more important than ever. At the moment, AI is constantly evolving. New services and novel ways of utilizing the power of AI are popping up left and right. You must stay on top of these developments. Do that by always experimenting and trying out new technologies with an open but skeptic mind. No AI can do that for you. It's been absolutely fabulous having you with me here today. I'm truly grateful you spent your time watching this video, and I hope you've grown a little bit wiser. Wondering what to watch next? Well, look no further than this video, the second of this 4-part series.